December 17, 1944, Elsenborn Ridge, Belgium. Oberstleutnant Joachim Paper, commanding the elite 1st SS Panzer Division, Leibstandard SS Adolf Hitler, peered through the fog as his Panther tanks rumbled toward Elsenborn Ridge. The German offensive, Hitler's last gamble in the Ardennes, relied on 1,000 tanks to split the Allied lines. Paper's force, with 50 Panthers and Tigers, laughed at American Shermans, calling them Ronson lighters for their flammability. But at 8:15 a.m., as his lead Panther crested a hill, a thunderous boom echoed. An M26 Pershing hidden in the trees fired its 9mm gun, piercing the Panther's 8mm frontal armor at 1,500 yards. The turret flew off, killing the crew instantly. Paper's radio crackled with panic. What is that monster? The 3rd Armored Division's newly arrived Pershings, with their 23.5-ton weight and advanced fire control, destroyed 12 German tanks in 2 hours, halting Paper's advance cold. German soldiers trained to dominate with superior armor faced a nightmare, an American tank that outgunned and outlasted their Panzers. The M26 Pershing rushed to the front without official approval didn't just stop the bulge, it signaled the end of Germany's armored supremacy. The arrogance, Germany's Panzer pride. By December 1944, Germany's Panzer divisions were legends. The Panther, with its 75 kW K42 gun and 80 sloped armor, outclassed the Sherman's 75 50 armor. The Tiger II, or King Tiger, boasted a 128 gun and 185 frontal armor, a fortress on tracks. German crews with 1,000 training hours mocked American tankers, many with 200 hours, as amateurs. The Sherman, despite its 49,234 unit production, was a target of derision, its gasoline engine prone to fires. Paper, leading 200,000 troops and 1,000 tanks in Operation Watch on the Rhine, aimed to recapture Antwerp, splitting the Allies. The initial bombardment on December 16 at 5:30 a.m. with 1,600 rounds per minute achieved surprise, catching the 38th Cavalry Squadron and 99th Infantry Division off guard. American intelligence had failed. Green replacements and exhausted veterans held the quiet Ardennes sector. The M26 Pershing, developed by Fisher Tank Arsenal and tested since 1942, was still experimental. Its 500 HP Ford GAF engine, 9mm T-15E2 gun, and 100 TOM armor were unproven. Only 20 Pershings reached Europe by December 1944, rushed from Fort Knox to the 3rd Armored Division without Higher Command's consent. General Omar Bradley hesitated, fearing mechanical issues, but Colonel John C. Tiger Wellborn, 3rd Armored's commander, demanded their use. "We need a tank that fights back," he said. Paper's scouts missed the Pershings, assuming Sherman's dominated. The clash, Pershings strike back. At 8:00 a.m., Paper's Panthers attacked Elsenborn Ridge, a key defensive line held by the 99th Infantry and 3rd Armored. The ridge's steep slopes favored defenders, but German numerical superiority, 50 tanks to 15 Shermans, seemed decisive. Then the Pershings rolled out. Sergeant Robert Early, commanding Fireball, spotted a Tiger II at 1,200 yards. His gunner, Corporal Henry Meadows, fired a 90mm HVAP high-velocity armor-piercing round, punching through the Tiger's 150mm side armor. The turret spun wildly before exploding. "It went down like a toy," Early radioed. Within 90 minutes, 5 Pershings destroyed 12 Panzers, 6 Panthers, 4 Tigers, 2 Jagdpanzers, losing 1 to a mine. Paper's advance stalled, his tanks burning on the ridge. The Pershing's edge was its fire control. The M71G sight, with a 6x magnification and ballistic computer, adjusted for range and wind, giving a 70% first-shot hit rate, double the Panther's 35%. Its 23.5-ton chassis with torsion bar suspension outmaneuvered the 54-ton Tiger II on muddy slopes. German radios, 10-watt Fuji 5s with 1-mile range, faltered in the forest. The Pershing's SCR 528 20 watts 5-mile range coordinated strikes seamlessly. Paper, retreating, reported, "American tanks appeared from nowhere, hitting us like gods." The technology, America's armored revolution. The M26 Pershing was a leap forward. Its 90mm gun fired 90 rounds per minute, outranging the Panther's 75 by 500 yards. The HVAP round, with a tungsten core, penetrated 180mm of armor, enough for any German tank. The Ford GAF engine delivered 500 HP, matching the Panther's Maybach HL 230, but its reliability shone in cold weather. The U.S. produced 2,212 Pershings by 1945, compared to Germany's 6,557 Panthers and 489 Tiger IIs. Detroit's factories, fueled by 1.8 billion barrels of oil, outpaced Germany's 30 million. Training amplified the edge. 3rd Armored Crews drilled 400 hours versus Germany's 1,000 but focused on gunnery and coordination. The Pershing's crew of 5, commander, gunner, loader, driver, assistant driver, operated as a unit, unlike German crews strained by complex Tigers. American steel production, 7 million tons in 1944, built durable hulls. Germany's 2 million yielded brittle armor. The human factor, heroes in the snow. Early, a 24-year-old from Ohio, earned a Silver Star destroying 3 tanks in one engagement. Meadows, his gunner, logged 5 kills, earning a Bronze Star. Lieutenant William S. Rose, leading a Pershing platoon, held the ridgeline, coordinating with the 99th Infantry under heavy fire, earning a Distinguished Service Cross. The 3rd Armored's 400 black support troops, mechanics, and loaders, often ignored, kept Pershings running, facing racial slurs but proving their worth. German prisoners interrogated by the 103rd Intelligence Corps said, "Those new tanks fight like devils." Paper's elite SS troops with 1,500 training hours cracked under the Pershing's onslaught. Survivors reported, "We couldn't penetrate them." The 99th Infantry, bolstered by Pershings, held despite 1,000 casualties, a feat General Norman Cota called miraculous. The psychological blow, Germany's shock. Paper's after-action report captured by Ultra admitted, "American tanks outmatch our Panzers in range and accuracy. Their new model is a game-changer." Hitler's plan unraveled as the 6th Panzer Army lost 150 tanks in 3 days, 20% of its force. German morale, buoyed by initial success, collapsed. A Tiger commander, captured on December 19, said, "Their tank killed us before we could aim." The Pershing's debut forced Germany to divert resources to counter it, weakening other fronts. American press downplayed the Pershing's role. Time magazine credited infantry. Black newspapers like the Chicago Defender celebrated the support crew's contributions. Paper, retreating to La Gleize, lost 600 men and 40 tanks, ending his offensive. Legacy, the tank that won the war. The Pershing fought at Cologne, Remagen, and the Ruhr, destroying 300 German tanks by May 1945, earning a Presidential Unit Citation in 1946. Post-war, it influenced the M26 Patton and M60 series. The Soviet T-62 and British Centurion adopted its fire control concepts. In 1950, Korea's M26s held against T-34-85s, proving its legacy. Early, discharged in 1946, became a mechanic saying, "That tank saved us." Paper, captured in 1945, faced war crimes trials admitting, "The Pershing broke our spirit." In 2019, the